It has been months since a crab told me what happened down below. Even after everything you had seen and everything I had told you, nobody would listen. Now look where we've ended up. Gauntlight is more active than ever, terrorizing our home with monsters as soldiers from the east drag our people screaming into the depths under the leadership of the blind general and the sisters. We cannot get word out for help. We cannot get supplies in. Food and medicine are dwindling, and I cannot keep this old fishing camp concealed for much longer. We have to bring the fight to them. We must take the fight to Gauntlight.
I don't specifically remember where we left off.
I believe we just wandered a little further into the dungeons beneath the tower.
Yeah, and you met the oh so important friend.
Oh, the shit guy.
Yeah,
Mr. Shitter.
Mr. Zozlarin himself, little half baby, half fly devil thing that shit on the walls everywhere. Yeah, so that's currently where everyone is in the cleaning closet. That's just covered in shit right now. Last time you also you freed a bunch of prisoners. So that's
That we did do that.
Additional mouths to feed.
Okay, well, we really couldn't kill those guys, so...
No, well, I mean, you could have, but, like...
Ethically, we couldn't have killed those guys.
Ethics? Who needs those? In 2025? Nah. Anyways, what would you like to do now, since you're all standing in this shit room?
I would like to leave the shit room, thank you.
Yes, I would also... All two of me would like to leave the shit room.
You begin exiting the shit room.
Both of you?
All two of me.
Actually, there's technically three. Yeah, there's technically three of you because of Cabral. So, you exit the shit room and are back where you sort of were before. In this hallway, there's like a washroom, it looks like, up to the north. There's a closed set of double doors to the northwest, and then all the way just straight to the west, there's a closed door.
It appears, according to my calculations...
Washroom?
You have not gone to the washroom yet.
Let's go to the washroom.
Eudora enters the washroom, and it's a little musty in here. Some water stains and rust in the tub. Definitely a bit of a particular odor coming from the latrine there. That's about it.
Excellent. I will leave the washroom.
You exit the washroom.
These doors or this door?
North or west? Such is the question.
Well, looking at the handy-dandy map that we have, here's that, fuck it, let's go northwest. We haven't done that yet. Alright. Boom.
So you open the door and are greeted by a hallway appears to curve around to the east.
Why do I, as a person, remember this hallway? I don't
And
remember
there
what
appear
I remember
to be,
about it.
as you look down the hallway, there appear to be dioramas lining the walls.
That's what was
Ooh.
in this hallway.
Now, Wallace, as you... Oh, and Eudora, actually. As the two of you step through past these dioramas, it appears, Wallace, that the one you're stepping close to, it appears to... Well, both of them appear to be dioramas of the city of Absalom. Wallace, the one next to you appears to be getting drowned by a tsunami, while Eudora, the one next to you, appears to be on fire. So, let's see. Wallace. Does a 26 hit?
It do.
And Eudora. Does a 32 hit?
Yeah, crit.
Lovely. So, let me just hold on a second, if you please. There we go. So, Mr. Wallace, you take, as this water just gets whooshed, it's no longer just a diorama, it's getting sloshed out at you in massive force. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, Eudora, a gout of flame blasts out at you from this burning diorama. You take 60 points of fire damage.
Holy shit.
Eudora immediately faints.
Fucking immolated. My god.
Now, what is your max HP? Okay, yeah, you're fine, I think. Let me just double check massive damage rules, actually. Just for good measure, you know? Let's see. Let's see. Massive damage. Okay, so it has to be equal to or greater than double your max HP. So you're fine. However, you are currently dying. So, yeah, you're instantly dying too, as that was, that. So, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say that you get a massive damage injury from that, even if it wasn't technically massive damage, because massive damage never actually happens. If that's acceptable to you.
Yeah.
Cool. You lose a hand.
Oh
Ooh.
shit.
Which hand?
Let's find out. 1 is left, 2 is right. You lose your left hand, as it is
Probably gonna need to
completely
remind me of
immolated.
that when I make her a new thingamajig.
So Wallace, you just get smacked by this wave. Finley, you watch as Eudora steps forward, looks at Wallace, turns around, just gets hit by this wave of flame that just scorches a solid portion of her hair off and just completely incinerates her hand as she begins actively dying.
Oh, good heavens. Somebody, please. Eudora needs healing.
So Bolero is gonna treat wounds from right here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that, why don't you? Over the course of 10 minutes, so actually I will need several dying checks from Eudora.
Hang on,
Okay,
wait.
well, if we're doing
do we want
10
to do
minutes,
that then? Could I battle
Friendly-
medicine instead?
You could battle
give
medicine
me
instead.
a moment.
I'd like to battle medicine instead.
Okay.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
cast Ocean's Balm, but I don't want to take your thunder.
It's okay. He's doing a battle medicine, so he needs to roll.
Yes. 1 second. $27.
Critical success. 48 hit
Beautiful.
points.
$48, you say?
I forget, do I roll that or does she?
4d8. You roll that. You are the one doing the healing.
18.
Lovely. Eudora regains 18 hit points and is now wounded 1 and missing a hand. Eudora, you look over and realize, oh, that's a little bit less arm than I had a second ago.
I'm afraid I could not reattach the hand. However,
Cora, you bitch!
I'm sure we can still make some good use of it. Corral, if you would.
Now, Eudora, as you call Belcora a bitch, you hear, nobody else hears this, you hear laughter echoing through the halls of Gauntlight as Corral begins flying around you in circles.
He wants the hand.
The hand is gone.
My
The hand has been
Immolated hand?
entirely immolated.
I see.
It is gone. There's like some ash on the floor. That's it.
in her good hint, she's gonna scoop up some of the ash and offer it to the bird.
Does Corral take the ash?
No. Oh.
Actually, you know what? Yeah. He's gonna scoop up some of the ash in his beak. 'Cause I feel like that's got to be like a cool fucking reagent or something. There's something mystical about the ashes of a lost hand.
And if there's not, he's gonna make one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely, as he should.
Okay. Finley is gonna just kind of drag Eudora out.
Okay.
And Eudora is gonna go ahead and take a resolve rest.
Okay, so you're spending 10 minutes on a resolve rest.
Yes, I am.
What is everyone else doing?
Would you still like me to treat your wounds?
I mean, sure, wounds being treated would be nice.
Alright, Corral's gonna go ahead and treat those wounds. And, have you received health from a, Actually, you know what? Because we've established that, Bolero is sort of a contract guy. We established that last time. As he, begins this healing, he's going to say,
Now I must ask, have you received any healing from any divine sources from within the last 24 hours?
I don't think so.
The start of that cut out. I'm afraid I'm a little hard of hearing. A little hard of hearing. Was that a yes or a no?
I don't think so.
Oh, good. Then you are eligible for mortal healing.
So I'd like to treat wounds on Eudora.
Excellent. Go for it.
And if I get a success, that becomes a critical success.
That was already a critical success, so it
That's a
remains
super critical success.
So 4d8.
$19.
Yay, I'm up to full. Does my 10-minute break get rid of my wounded?
No, because that was getting healed was part of. Wait, no, you got treat wounds, yeah. So that will remove your wounded. And since that was a resolve rest, you regain your stamina, so you're back up to max.
Wait, so
Still
I'm in
missing a hand,
perfect
though.
Condition except for my missing hand.
Yeah. So what now?
Well, we
wanna
have
go
two
back in that
options.
room.
Do we continue forth down the strange hall filled with dangerous traps, or do we open this door down here?
Eudora is going to point with her missing hand and then realize halfway through the pointing she has no finger to point with to the other door.
Very well. Well, I'm just a frail old man. I should not be opening any doors in a locale such as this one.
All right. So who is opening the door?
I guess it can be Wallace.
Finley and Eudora is distracted by her missing hand. Finley is just gonna look at him like, you're really gonna have a superiority complex about opening doors in this fucking dungeon?
He's gonna notice that that look she's giving her, or she's giving him, and he's just gonna say,
Oh, don't give me that. I'm not joking. I'm an old man. You don't know what lurks beyond those doors. I'd rather have the armored one take the brunt of the attack than... Well, I have paper skin and brittle bones.
All right. So Wallace opens the door. There appears to be torchlight streaming through on the other side.
Torchlight, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Coming from another room, you can actually see the open doorway. It appears there's a table through there, a very broken table.
Could I send Karal to scout ahead?
Sure.
Alright. Just gonna boopy doop boop.
You send Corral up ahead, and this room appears to have broken table, broken chairs, and several shattered bones.
Okay. I thought there might be someone in there. I guess Karal relays that it's safe to come.
Nobody there!
Ah, Karal, my friend. Thank you.
I would say that alerted the dogs downstairs. Oh no.
No, not the hounds.
The hounds have detected Bird.
Well, Wallace and Bolero are walking on in.
Alright, and Eudora and Finley stack on top of each other and walk together like they're in a trench coat trying to get into an R-rated movie.
Oh, Vincent Adult Man. Now, what can we see on the floor, like in this here room?
Well, as I said before, shattered chairs and tables, and shattered bones. And a door all the way on the west of the room. As
Can we
well as a
tell
lit
what-
lantern.
What kinds of bones are those?
Big ones.
I see.
Why don't you make a recall knowledge check?
I'm gonna have Bolero do that, and it's going to be a. Let's go with occultism. I want to know if there are any monsters that have bones like that. That's an 18. I don't have any skill feats
18.
about that, do I? I do not. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're not really sure. They don't look like any bones specifically related to like occult rituals or anything. And like the way that they're shattered definitely doesn't seem to be done in any discernible like ritualistic pattern.
Let's see.
Well, nothing to worry about here.
You said that there's also a lantern down here,
Yes, right there on the wall.
and it's lit.
Mm-hmm.
for the hell of it.
It's like
I'm gonna
attached
try
to
and-
the wall.
Okay, but are there any switches to like turn it off?
It is an open flame, so you could put the cap on it.
I feel like that'll do something in the room, right?
It might.
Well, let's put the cap on it.
All right, you put the cap on and snuff the flame. The light goes out.
I expected more.
Yeah, basically nothing happens because you already had 2 other light sources in the room anyways.
Oh, next door.
All right, you open the next door, and Wallace, you are greeted by a narrow stone hallway, at the end of which, as you round a corner, you can see a set of stairs going down. You also see what looks like the wall has been opened up, as if there was a secret door here that has now been
Oh.
opened.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember this.
This was the room where that bone beast came to life, and Morgrim took the
Morgrim?
femur, right? Or not Morgrim, Nyx.
I believe so, yes. So yes, and as you go down, Finley, you approach this strange beach with this brown, very brown sand, and as you do, you notice it gets very cold all of a sudden.
Oh.
I need you to make a fortitude save, as the heat is sapped from both Finley and Eudora, actually.
That's 24 for Finley.
Okay.
And for Eudora... That's an 18.
Okay, both of those are successes. So that will be 5 points of cold damage to each of you, as the warmth is sapped from your skin. Let's see, Finley, is that a regular torch that you're using?
Yes.
The torch is snuffed as the flame is seemingly absorbed by these spores you notice reaching from the air. And you realize the sand is not sand at all. It appears to be some sort of a fungus. It's time for initiative.
Oh. Oh my.
Thank you, George Takei.
Rest in peace.
Is he dead?
I think he's still alive.
I think so. Is he?
I'm relatively confident that
Oh
George
my
Takei
god,
is
he's
alive.
alive.
Yeah.
If
He's
you
88
say,
years old though.
If you say this and then George Takei dies soon, I'm going to blame you.
Which I think is honestly fair, because George Takei is special.
He's a very interesting man.
He is the member of the original Star Trek series still living that I would want to meet most.
Indeed. Anyways,
Seems like a
Finley,
nice
you're
dude.
up.
Okay. Finley is gonna channel elements because she's not really sure what we're fighting.
Cool.
She is then going to do a 2-action elemental blast with bludgeoning damage on the lovely pile of fungus.
It's not really a pile so much as it seems the beach itself and even the walls are coated in this fungus. This
Excellent,
mold
that's 18.
almost. 18. That is a hit. And what damage type did you say this was again?
Bludgeoning?
Okay.
That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Thus
you just
concludes my turn.
blast a patch of this mold off the wall next to you. And, what's your perception DC?
My perception DC is 19.
Hmm. Okay. That brings us now to Eudora.
Okay. Truthfully, I'm not sure that Dora has a spell that could help here. She's gonna try harm.
Okay.
2-action harm spell
Okay.
on the fungus.
Okay.
Is it living or undead? Living?
It is a fungus, and fungus is technically alive.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Not
said
not
this was
technically. Fungus is a form of life.
There's a
So-
whole kingdom of it.
you said there was a 2-action harm?
Yep, you have a DC 19 basic fortitude for the fungus.
Excellent. Nothing happens. As the void energy just like it makes contact with the mold, but seems almost as if it's uninterested in whatever this mold is.
Great! Okay.
So
With
you
her
want action or
last
main?
action, she's gonna do a recall knowledge check. Does it have to be something you're trained in?
No.
In nature. She's gonna do a nature recall knowledge
A
check.
nature check. Cool.
That's a 14.
A 14, you say? Well, this certainly appears to be a fungus. A mold, even.
Excellent.
Yeah, it definitely does not seem intelligent from your limited non-training in nature.
Awesome. Does anyone have fire? Can we just raise it to the ground?
I don't know. But next up is the mold itself. So it just automatically deals 8 cold damage to Finley and Eudora as it
That's-
continues to suck warmth from you.
Awesome. Swell. I love that for me.
Wallace, you're up.
Huh. I don't really know what to do here, to be honest. What is a Waldor without his shield? What is a shield with no sword to block? I've got no items I can really use. I guess would Wallace have to tumble through Eudora and Finley, or could he just go right through?
You can just go right through, but they're difficult terrain.
Okay. He has 20 feet, so that's 10. Okay, he wouldn't be able to do that.
You could
guess-
chain two. You could chain 2 movement actions together. I'd allow that.
Okay. To at the very least, like, get here
Yeah.
or here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then. And
Okay, you
can I
step onto the moldy
spot?
beach.
Can I spot anything on the beach that makes you mold?
Well, you spot the patch of mold that's been blasted off the wall by Finley's water. Seems to have the pressure washing there seems to have definitely, deactivated this mold as it's removed from the wall. And you also see several spores in the air that seem to be sort of, as they hit your skin, they seem to be pulling. You notice that you're sort of getting goose pimples as the heat is getting sucked from you.
Let's see. Okay. And am I able to see any like any patches of mold that do not seem like the rest?
No, it all seems pretty uniform
unique looking. Okay. And was that 2 stride actions that I made?
Yes.
Okay. And I think since I chained 2 strides, could I actually land here?
Sure.
Okay.
You land there and step into the water partway.
Okay. Then could I just make a strike against like the patch of mold on the ground here?
Sure.
And that is going to be a shield strike. That's a 27 to hit.
27, that is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Seven points of bludgeoning.
7 points of bludgeoning. You just sort of use your shield like a bulldozer and just scrape this mold off the beach, leaving a patch of sand underneath as the mold you scrape off seems to deactivate. That brings us to Bolero.
All right. So to start, what we're actually going to do is Karal is going to use his independent action to fly 25 feet down this way. And then I should have given him some light or something. Then I will command Karal to fly another 25 feet.
Okay. As Karal flies around the corner, he squawks out, "Light! I see light!"
Okay, that was 10 feet. And so then the next 15 gets him there.
Just a moment, please. Let's see. Okay. So, as Karal squawks out that light has been spotted, right, you can't see through Karal's eyes, can you?
I don't believe so. No, I cannot.
Okay. So, you hear a horrible splashing as Karal squawks in terror. Let's see. Oh yeah. So that is going to be a 17 to hit Karal.
Okay.
Which Karal is off guard against.
Is that a -1 to his AC?
-2 to AC.
Okay, that still does not hit.
Okay, and that is also a 22 against Karal,
That
which
does
is
hit.
also off guard. Okay, so that one does hit. So Karal is going to take from that 8 points of piercing damage.
Not the 8 points. Hegemony.
And yep. And let's see here. That's gonna be. Let's see. Oh yeah. The second attack is going to also include an attempted grab. So there's going to be an attempted grapple.
So to be clear, we can't see what's attacking.
Oh,
her.
yeah, currently you have absolutely no idea what's attacking. This is going to be at a minus 5. So that is an 18 against Coral's, I believe, Fortitude for a grab.
That fails.
Against Fortitude DC?
Yeah.
What is Coral's Fortitude DC?
21.
Damn. All right. All right, then
He's
that is
a
going to be
tough little
followed
guy.
up with. That's going to be followed up then with that, and you hear another loud splash. That's a 5 to hit.
That most certainly does not hit. That in fact critically does not hit if that did anything outside of that one.
Does not. You hear more splashing. That is an 8 to hit.
That
Which
does
I'm
not
going to
hit.
assume. I'm going to assume that doesn't hit.
No.
Lovely. So that brings us around now to Finley.
Okay, Finley is gonna start by moving. Nope, just Finley. Finley is gonna start by moving up here and then doing a 2-action elemental blast
Lovely.
to hopefully power wash some more of this bullshit. Well, that's a 15.
15. You manage. As you're running, you sort of trip a little bit on one of the stairs, so your power wash comes out more as a regular garden hose.
Well, that's all I've got.
So that brings us to Eudora.
Eudora is gonna go ahead and take her lovely spear and just try and stab at some of it to disconnect it from the main body.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12.
12. Yeah, nah.
Just gonna try and stab some more. That's an 18.
An 18, that works. Go ahead and roll damage.
So that does 11 piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage. Alright. Yeah, you just stab your spear through the mold. Or wait. Oh yeah, you stab it along the wall. Sure, that works. Alright. You have 1 action remaining, I believe?
Yes.
Or is that all
I'm
three?
going to use... I'm going to use my last action to anoint ally.
Time.
And I'm going to anoint Waldor.
Okay. So what does anoint ally do?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's an adjacent ally, so I'm gonna anoint Finley on. So basically whenever I get a blood magic effect for 1 minute, it would go to her instead.
Neat. Alright. Oh, that's fireworks. I was trying to figure out what that sound was that I was hearing
What
outside.
those explosions are.
Yeah, with those big bangs, I was like, is somebody knocking on the outside of my house? Like, no, that's fireworks. It's the 3rd of July for our listeners while we're recording this.
July 3rd.
Here's a hot take. Even when democracy isn't crumbling, you have to be a real asshole to shoot off fireworks in suburbia on the days before and after the 4th.
I mean, to be fair, this is the town firework display.
What is wrong with your town?
What do you mean? It's the town firework display.
And why is it not taking place on the day?
I don't know, same as other places, because there's several other places with bigger displays and they want people to come to this one. People travel on the actual holiday, especially when it's a long weekend like this one. Anyways, time for the mold. So that is going to be 7 points of cold damage to Wallace and Eudora.
Ouch. That's fine.
That brings us now to Wallace.
All right, and I'm assuming Wallace did hear all of the commotion going on.
I would say so.
Okay, so he is going to make a... honestly, just a regular stride.
Okay.
Down to there.
All right.
And
As
how
you
deep is this water?
As you splash into the water, you realize it is probably around 10 feet deep.
Oh, never mind.
It gets way deeper than you expected it to.
Oh, shit.
And you look back and you realize that this mold appears to have made this beach significantly larger than it should be.
I see. Okay. Fuck. I guess he's gonna climb. Cause is he like fully submerged? Like, is he fully in the water?
I would say you didn't get far enough in. I would say you know when you like don't realize there's an extra stair.
Mm-hmm.
You basically have that experience where you expect to hit solid ground and instead hit nothing, and you catch yourself as you realize, like, oh shit.
But he is not like actively sinking, right?
You are not actively sinking. However, as you turn, you see Corral being attacked by 2 giant crocodiles.
Good heavens. Then I guess... And so just to like be absolutely clear about what's going with Wallace, is he like in the water or is he still like standing on...
I would say since that square has beach on it, you still have like... You're not like... I would say your feet are wet.
Okay.
I would say you're maybe up to like... You're a tall guy, so maybe up to like near the top of your shin at this point.
Okay, gotcha. Then he is going to activate his Everstand stance.
Okay.
And then he is going to attempt to demoralize the embarrassed crocodile that's
see.
attacking Corral.
I see.
And this one's double check.
So that is an intimidation check. Yep, against the target's will DC. And if the target doesn't understand the language you are speaking, or if you're not speaking a language, you take a -4 penalty to the check.
That's fine. Wallace is going to shout,
How pitiful for a creature such as yourself to prey upon one so small. You should be ashamed and embarrassed of what you are.
Alright, roll that intimidation.
it's a 26.
-4 for a total of 22. That is a success, as that crocodile does in fact appear to become quite embarrassed almost as it just turns to look at you.
Hell yeah.
Is that your turn?
Shame the crocodiles.
Yeah, that's his turn.
Alright, that brings us now to Bolero.
All right, Bolero will be striding. So that's
Okay.
10, 20, 25, 30. And he just barely can't see Corral yet. So Corral is going to use his independent action to fly right about here. There
Okay.
we go. And then Conduit is an action. Here we go. Bolero is going to use Familiar Conduit. And then he is going to cast Evil Eye at Corral, who will then redirect it to let's go with
Corral
the
can
embarrassed
currently
crocodile.
Corral can currently only see the embarrassed crocodile, so.
Yeah. Just fucking this guy up.
Alright. So
So that
Evil
is
Eye
a will save.
will save. Alright. That is a 17.
That fails.
Alright. So what happens?
So it is now sickened 1.
Sickened 1, okay. Anything else or just sickened 1?
Just sickened 1.
Okay.
Although actually, I don't know if this would proc. So one of Bolero's abilities as the Resentment Witch is when you cast or sustain a hex, your familiar can curse a creature within 15 feet, prolonging the duration of any negative conditions affecting it by 1 round.
Okay. I don't think the second has a duration, but that you said
Okay.
that affects any negative conditions?
Any. I don't know if that means all.
Hold on, what did you say the ability was called again?
Familiar of Ongoing Misery.
Where is that? And that's is that an ability in Corral? There it is. I see it. Cast with same stack. Hex. Familiar can curse creature prolonging duration of any negative conditions. So that would actually affect the fear.
God damn, okay, yeah.
So the fear will last an additional round.
Perfect. So, I guess, does that mean that it's Frightened 2?
No, it's still Frightened 1, but it's Frightened 1 for
just
2
lasts an
rounds.
additional round. Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay. Perfect.
Is there anything else with your turn?
No, that's it.
All right. That brings us now to our loving crocodile here, who's going to start out by doing a bit of a swim over to here, over up next to
I do not
Corral.
appreciate that.
I'm sorry,
And,
was that fucking Vine Sauce?
Speed. And he's going to go ahead and attempt to bite Corral. That's a 28 to hit Corral.
Oh, caca. That hits.
Okay, regular hit or critical?
Regular hit.
All right. So Corral is going to take 6 points of piercing damage.
All right, as that happens,
yes.
Wallace is going to use his reaction of Liberating Step. So ally gains resistance to all damage against the triggering effect equal to 2 plus your level. So actually, I already took away the damage, but so that's 2 plus. That's a resistance of 7. That.
Sorry, what did you say
Corral
the
would get.
resistance math was again?
2 plus your level.
2 plus your level. Damn. All right. Yes, that would just completely nullify that damage.
Hell yeah.
What it won't nullify. Well,
Mhm.
actually, yeah. Is there more to that ability that you're using?
Yes, Corral can also step as a free action.
Which
Does step apply to flying if he's in the air?
Let me actually see, but I believe it would not. Let's see, step. Carefully move 5 feet. You can't step using a speed other than your land speeds. That would not apply to flight. All right, so that's it for that reaction then?
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. As it closes its jaws, Wallace sends forth this protective energy which seems to prevent the teeth from piercing. However, it still gets a chance to attempt to grapple. That is a 27 against Fortitude.
Against Fortitude.
Fortitude DC.
Yes, that does indeed succeed.
Okay. So, Karal is now grabbed by this crocodile, who then does nothing. That's the end of his turn. And that will bring us now to the other crocodile, who will do a lovely little... Actually, real quick, there we go. Yeah, does a lovely little swim under the other one, and is going to snap at Wallace.
Oh.
With its jaws. That is a 15 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. It's going to go for an additional snap. That is a 9 to hit.
That definitely does not hit.
All right, then. That is the end of its turn, then. It is still frightened 1 and sickened 1. And at this point, Wallace, you see out of the corner of your eye rapid movement as a humanoid figure launches itself from the water. A humanoid crocodile launches itself at you.
Oh, Lord.
With its jaws wide open. So, you are off guard against this attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting worse.
I'll be fine.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, I'm chilling. That does not hit.
Okay. So yeah, there is now a humanoid crocodile with a hatchet.
Wow, what a silly
hissing
man.
at you. It's done its bite. So it's now going to go ahead and swing at you with that hatchet. That's a 21 to hit.
Against Wallace, does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay. Then it's going to, in that case, let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's just going to go for another hatchet strike. That's a 15.
Also does not hit.
All right, that brings us to Finley.
Okay, Finley is gonna go ahead and do a 2-action elemental blast on the mold.
Okay.
In the hopes that if we can get the mold under control, then it won't sap our health when we are attacking these stupid fucking crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 22.
A 22 to hit the mold. That is a hit.
That's 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
15
to
points
the mold.
of bludgeoning damage to Das Mold. Das Molden, if you will. That is enough to blast. That appears to blast. Well, I'm just going to move Bolero for a second so I can access the token. There we go. It appears to blast enough mold off the beach to deactivate it. The mold appears to have been killed.
Oh, thank God.
Excellent news. Then what she's gonna do with her her third action is she's gonna grab the Bravo's brew off of her belt.
All right. That brings us now to Eudora.
Now Eudora is where we're gonna get interesting because now I can see creatures,
Mm-hmm.
which means horrifying things can come into play.
Hmm.
15-foot cone. Okay. Well, Bolero is in front of me, so I don't want to put a 15-foot cone in front of my hand. Let's go ahead and cast Percussive Impact on this person.
Okay, what does that do?
It's a lobbed compressed ball of sound.
Right, what
And it's
what
an
does it
attack
require
roll.
from me? Attack roll, okay. Big cast.
It's a 16.
16. Unfortunately, does not hit.
Okay, so
So go ahead and mark off that spell slot as used.
the good news is that because she's the kind of caster where I can just cast the same kind of spell multiple times, so we're not doing that at this exact moment.
You have one action remaining.
That last action. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use Spin Tail. And I am going to designate Wallace, as the hero of the story. And this red bloke as the villain of the story.
Alright, the
The hero
crocodile
gains
person.
a +1. Yeah. The hero gains a +1 status bonus to attack rolls and saving throws against the villain until the start of your next turn.
Excellent. And I believe that means you need to start telling a story here, because it does say minor crude illusions spring into being in your space to illustrate
While the
your tale.
continues.
Yes, so why don't you start telling the tale?
Once upon a time, a large man who was very obsessed with doors wandered onto a very moldy beach and was attacked by crocodiles and crocodilian people, and he damaged them all quite severely.
All right, that's a decent start. Wallace, you're up.
Why, that is what happened. My God.
So Wallace is going to cast a spell for I think the first time ever.
Ooh.
That's not true. You casted this exact spell before, or at least you tried.
I believe that I tried. Either way, he's going to cast Shields of the Spirit, which raises his shield, and also does other things.
Okay.
There we go. Lasts until the start of your next turn, or until you're no longer raising your shield, whichever comes first. While one of your allies is in your champion's aura, shields grant them +1 status bonus to AC, and each time an enemy makes an attack against the ally, the enemy takes 1d4 spirit damage, even if it misses. And since this is a heightened focus spell, that actually deals 2d4 spirit damage, and it only applies within the aura.
Lovely. Okay, so that was one action. You have 2 actions remaining.
Yes, he's now going to Everstand strike big man right here. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, not yet. My bad. That is a press. He has to attack first. So he is going to do a regular old shield spike strike.
Okay.
against
The target
big,
is
big,
the
big
villain
Croc.
of this tale. So you get, I believe, it's a +1.
I believe so.
Yes, +1 bonus with this attack.
Gotcha.
So that's a total of what?
That is a total of 31.
I believe you mean 32.
32, actually. My mistake.
And that is so aggressively a hit that it's a critical hit.
Beautiful.
So go ahead and roll critical damage for that Everstand strike.
So this is just the regular hit to start.
Yes.
That's 10 points of piercing against Mr. Crocodile.
10 points of piercing against this creature. All right.
Okay, and now he is going to use Everstand Strike.
Excellent.
So make a strike with the wielded shield. Now, I forget, do presses need multiple attack penalty?
Press, hold on.
Or yes, they do. Sorry, I wasn't sure if presses so I know that.
I'll be entirely honest, I hadn't even heard of the press trait until right now.
Yeah, I forgot they existed. Yeah, you need multiple attack penalty to use them, and I was like, I couldn't remember if multiple attack penalty applied to them or if they could ignore it. I'm pretty sure it applies. I'm gonna attack with map anyways. It is a 22 to hit.
22, that is a hit.
That is 9 points of piercing.
9 points of piercing damage. All right. Lovely.
Okay, and then that is my turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at press right now. It does not say anything about requiring multiple attack penalty. But I would say that since it tells you to make another in the description of press.
Yeah, an action with the press trait can only be used if you are currently affected by a multiple attack penalty.
So since it is a strike, it would take. Sorry, I was trying to figure out if the strike should have taken multiple attack penalty or not.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which it should have.
Okay, yeah,
so
and I made that with multiple attack penalty.
Yes, you did it correctly.
Perfect.
All right, and that was your turn.
Okay,
So that brings us to Bolero.
Okay, Bolero's gonna do some fun stuff. He's gonna start by cackling.
Okay.
He's going to cast Cackle. So this is going to have a bit of a chain reaction of effects. Quick bursts of laughter. You prolong a magical effect. You sustain a spell. He is going to sustain Evil Eye.
Okay.
So Crocodile is sickened for another turn.
Evil Eye is a sustained effect?
Yes.
Are you sure? Oh yeah, it is sustained. Interesting. Huh.
And then, because Karal is the familiar of ongoing misery, whenever I cast or sustain a hex, he can also prolong the duration of any negative conditions. So that's good. So he's going to do that to the frightened.
All right. So frightened maintains for another round.
Yep. And then with his last two actions, Bolero is going to cast Paranoia on the embarrassed crocodile. And that is a will save.
A will save. Excellent. That is a 22.
That is a success.
Okay.
So it becomes unfriendly to all creatures to which it wasn't already hostile, even those that were previously allies, and treats no one as an ally for 1 round.
Interesting. Okay. The crocodile begins looking around frantically.
And then Karal still has his free action, which is going to be to fly 10. Oh. To fly over here.
Okay. Well, Corral is currently grabbed, so Corral cannot do that.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god, what have I done? Yeah, okay, yeah, Carl's staying right there. Never mind.
All right.
And independent. Oh, independent can be anything. Oh shit. Okay. That's going to. Yeah, Carl's going to attempt to escape with that.
All right. Excellent. Athletics, acrobatics, unarmed strike.
That is going to be acrobatics. For a 27.
27 against the athletics DC. That is a success. So I believe Corral is no longer restrained.
Perfect. Okay. And now that is the end of the turn.
That brings us to our loving crocodile here, who's going to go for, who's going to snap at Corral again right as Corral escapes his grasp. Now, does that trigger your shields thing, your spell?
That would.
All right. So go ahead and roll that damage.
Six spirit damage to the loving crocodile.
6 spirit damage. No save, no nothing, just auto?
Just automatic. I believe so. Yeah. It's each time an enemy makes an attack, it takes that
That's
damage,
awesome.
even if it misses.
And it can take each time it makes the attack. Holy shit. All right, well, that's still going to be a Jaws strike. That is a 26 to hit Corral.
6 to hit Corral. That does indeed hit.
Okay, so that's going to be 14 points of piercing to Corral.
Yep.
And this is going to include an attempted grapple, which does, I believe, count as another attack. Because grapple has the attack trait. So I believe go ahead and roll more damage.
Oh, I like this spell. That is 5 spirit damage.
5 spirit damage. I also like this spell. This is fun. So either way, that is going to be a 25 in an attempt to grapple Corral.
That succeeds. However, Wallace will use his reaction here of Liberating Step, which triggers on a grab or restraint. Corral can immediately attempt to break free.
Okay, go ahead and attempt an escape. Athletics,
So
acrobatics, unarmed strike with multiple attack penalty.
That's -5, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that is 21 minus 5. Why am I struggling? 16.
16 is unfortunately for you a failure.
Darn.
So Corral is still grappled. And with its final action, this crocodile will initiate a death roll, which also has the attack trait.
Good God. Dude, I gotta say, champions are pretty fucking fun.
Oh, yeah.
I actually fucking love playing Wallace, which I was not expecting. That's 4 spirit damage.
4 points of spirit damage. This crocodile is now bloodied after one turn of just attacking, but it does death roll.
Right.
So it's going to make a Jaws strike with a +2 bonus. Okay. So this is going to be a Jaws strike. This will have a multiple attack penalty. That is going to be a 19 against Corral, who is currently grabbed. Don't forget
that fails. Oh,
even with the grab.
Hang on, let me apply the grab. That was 19?
19.
Still fails.
Hell yeah. It fails. It releases the creature. So Corral is now no longer grabbed. So
this
basically,
is great.
The crocodile accomplished almost nothing. Corral is bloodied, however.
Wow. we bloodied the crocodile by doing absolutely nothing.
That brings us now to the other crocodile, who is going to thrash around kind of wildly as it doesn't see anything as an ally right now. However, there is still a bird right above it. So it's going to go ahead and attack Karal.
Valid.
So go ahead and roll that spirit damage, as that's a 12 to hit. This spell's really coming in clutch for you against these dumbass crocodiles.
That's a 3.
3, okay.
3 spirit damage.
All right. The crocodile is then going to lash out with its tail at the other crocodile.
Oh.
There's a 20 to hit the other crocodile, which is a success. These stupid fucking lizards. It deals 8 points of damage to the other crocodile. And then with its final action, it is going to... I guess it's going to attempt to retch. So it's going to make a fortitude save against your spell DC. Against Bolero's spell DC. That's a nat 20 for a total of 28.
Yeah, that succeeds.
So it is no longer sickened. Excellent. And it ends its turn still frightened 1.
Actually, hang on.
Oh.
Sorry. Evil Eye has a little clause at the end. This condition value can't be reduced below 1 while the spell is active and you can see the target.
Okay, so it is still sickened 1 then. Even though it still uses action to successfully retch, it's still sick. Damn.
That is... this spell is absurd.
Damn. Alright, well that brings us now to the... and how long does the unfriendly last?
Just 1 round. So he's back.
1 round? Okay. Excellent. So that brings us now to our humanoid crocodile thing, which is going to start out by doing a little jaw strike on our friend Wallace. That is a 25.
Wallace is going to... His shield is raised, so he is going to shield block that.
Okay. And go ahead and roll the damage.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the spirit damage. It's too funny to pass up. 5 points of spirit.
5 points of spirit, okay.
Yep. And then shield block. The snap your shield in place to ward off a blow prevents you from taking the amount of damage up to the shield's hardness.
Excellent.
Okay, so I mean the 25 does hit.
Excellent. So that's 12 points of piercing damage.
Right.
And I need you to make a fortitude save.
Ooh. Okay. Let me just do the math on this. So that's 12 points of piercing. Shield hardness is 7. So then the shield would just take 5 damage, right?
Correct.
Okay. And Wallace takes none of that. I like shields in this game.
Shields are fun.
And then that was a fortitude save, correct?
Yes, please.
That is a natural 20.
Excellent. The crocodile person is then going to attempt a grab. And as this is a grapple, that's an attack!
Oh my god.
So go ahead and roll some more spirit damage, as that's a 14.
Points of spirit.
5 points of spirit damage. That's a 14, which I'm assuming doesn't work.
No, that does not hit.
Excellent. Then she's going to hiss and is going to toss her hatchet. Let's see. Yeah, is going to... Why does this have decimals in it? She's going to toss her hatchet at Bolero. which is also an attack against a shielded target. I'm fully aware. That's a 10 to hit.
So that does not hit. And in fact, those spirits will be dealing in return. Shit, I closed the window right as I rolled the dice.
8.
That's
the crocodile person
that
is
was
now
8?
bloodied. This spell is so goofy.
Guys,
This
we're not
spell
even,
is so
we're not even
goofy.
attacking.
That brings us to Finley.
Okay. Finley is gonna go ahead, drink the Bravo's brew.
Okay.
No, I need to put the Bravo's brew effect on myself.
That was lesser Bravo's brew, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Action 2, we're gonna go ahead and move there.
Okay.
Action 3, I would like to strike at the lovely bloodied crocodile
That was
person
including all of your moving through people that you had to do, yes? In that movement?
that might only get me here. In that case, I will be doing a one-action elemental blast on our lovely crocodilian friend.
Excellent.
That is a 27.
27 to hit. I'm actually also going to say that you'd probably actually be closer to there. Not that it really matters too much, but just because you wouldn't be able to actually go through Bolero. Wait, what's your movement speed? Oh, 30. Never mind. You're good. Sorry. I'm putting too many words into my own mouth. 27. That's a hit. I'm really tired. I apologize.
That's
I feel you, man.
Alright, that is going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage to our
Excellent.
lovely crocodilian.
Excellent. 10 points of bludgeoning damage to our crocodilian who is now bloodied.
That is the end of her turn.
Excellent. That brings us now to Eudora.
I'm also Eudora, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Eudora is going to go ahead and cast Torturous Trauma on our crocodilian folk. So that's a basic fortitude.
Alright. That will be a 25.
So that succeeds, but not critically, so you'll take half damage.
Alright.
You will
The
take
whole
4
4 points
bludgeoning
of damage. Alright.
And with my last action, I'm going to sustain the story.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit more. Spin us a little bit more tale, will you?
Oh, sit by the fire, spin a tail.
The valiant man had gone into the deep seeking a bird friend of his. He struggled to release the bird from the clashing jaws of the giant crocodiles which lived in the caves. He continually managed to get it free, but they snatched it before it could fly away.
Excellent. That brings us now to Wallace, as Shields of Spirit goes down.
Unfortunately, and that was a focus spell, so it's Jover for that. But that's fine. So he is going to first he's going to attempt to demoralize Big Croco over here.
Okay.
He's going to say,
You are struck down by your own retribution. I need not even lay a finger upon thee, vile, foul beast, and yet you lay here, bloodied before me. I close my doors to you.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
For Waldor, that's really the most sincere
That's the biggest sin you can make.
thing you can say.
Oh no, that's a 16.
16. This crocodilian individual appears not to give a shit about doors being closed.
Very well. Strike.
Okay.
With the shield spikes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna re-roll that. That was a natural one. Because I'm pretty sure I would lose my shield if I didn't. That is a 28.
28. That is a critical hit.
Beautiful. That is 20 points of piercing.
20 points of piercing damage. You close your doors to this crocodilian person so hard that you smash their nose right in. And as they spin around, their skull caved in. They spin around and die, turning into a human woman. Gaunt. Just falling dead to the ground. Face absolutely smashed in.
Damn.
Well, that's grim.
Yeah.
She's dead as shit. That's what she would have looked like if she was alive. But you
That's
killed
even
her.
more grim.
More grim? Soul of
More grim?
Frost?
Anyways, now Wallace still has one action remaining.
Yes, he does. And the villain of your story is dead, so I believe Spintail ends?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't say anything.
I
So
mean,
I
I would.
assume
I mean,
it ends.
It may not necessarily
villain is
end,
gone,
but
so-
the villain doesn't exist anymore. So like, it wouldn't have any effect,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
Anyways, ever stand strike against the embarrassed crocodile.
Cool.
Is a 17 to hit.
A 17 to hit. That will just barely hit.
All right, and he gets to raise a shield as part of that.
Hmm.
5 points of piercing.
5 points of piercing damage. Okay. And your shield is now raised.
Perfect. I'm not seeing it on my screen for some reason.
I'm not seeing it either.
I'm not able to.
But that is okay, because I have a macro for that.
Perfect.
That brings us now to Bolero.
All right. So, Bolero, we're gonna start by having Corral fly over here with his free action, and then he can actually just barely see the living crocodile. That doesn't matter though, because what he's going to do. He's going to spend an action to sustain Evil Eye,
Okay.
which Karal will then use to extend the Frightened.
Okay.
So that's one action. And then the next two actions, he's going to cast Slow on the Embarrassed Crocodile.
Hmm. Okay, so that's
That is a Fortitude save.
Fortitude save. That is a 17.
That is a failure. It is slowed 1 for 1 minute.
Excellent. All right.
Now we just got really just the bloodied crocodile to worry about.
Hmm.
Man,
that
I
all?
love playing controllers. Yeah, that's the turn.
Cool. All right. That brings us now to our loving crocodile here. who is going to... our loving crocodile here is going to quite literally turn tail and begin exiting the cave. Using all three of its actions to exit the battlefield. And the other crocodile, the embarrassed crocodile here, is going to go for a Jaws strike on Wallace. That's an 11 to hit.
Yeah, that fails.
All right, it is then going to turn tail and begin exiting. That's where it gets with its turn. That brings us around to the top of round 5 with Finley.
Oh. So the crocodiles have fled?
It appears so. But one of them is still, you can hear it in the cave. The other one has swam away.
Should we try and chase it or leave it be? Show of hands?
She asked the group expectantly.
Well, we'll probably see them again if we don't deal with it now.
So is that a vote in favor of trying to murder them now?
Sounded like it to me.
Okay, let's go there.
All right,
Then
you
let's cast
you
it.
jump into the 10-foot deep water.
That's fine. And then I'm gonna cast a 2-action elemental blast with cold damage on the embarrassed crocodile.
Okay.
That is a 30 to hit.
That's a critical hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. This crocodile is now severely mortal.
That's nice.
That brings us now to Eudora.
Dora is going to go ahead. And she's gonna go. Pop in.
All right.
Then, let's see, how far away is this crocodile fellow?
Damn, crazy that that would happen while using a mouse.
Okay, so he's 32 feet away. I'm not entertaining your nonsense. I'm gonna cast Percussive Impact again because I want it to work.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, that's
a lot of
that's
dice.
16 points of bludgeoning, 1d4 of Sonic, and then just
Okay,
4
so yeah, that
Sonic.
1d4 is the splash. So that's
Okay.
a total of 16 points of damage. How do you want to finish this crocodile off?
I would like to just get the percussive ball to hit him in his chest and then just explode, and now there's just like crocodile viscera everywhere.
Okay, the percussive blast just whoof. It's like a bubble of sound that you send out. It goes splash into the water, sinks for a moment before rising back up straight, boom, into the crocodile's chest as it hisses in pain and just guts and viscera everywhere. That is a dead crocodile, and we are now out of combat.
Ugh.
Why did that happen? That's not correct. So yeah.
This creepy cave now.
You are still also dealing with this person's body that's now floating along next to Wallace.
I'm gonna search it for ID of a sort.
You find nothing. Seems all she had on her was some ratty leather armor and the hatchet that she... well, 3 hatchets, one of which she threw at Bolero. So there's a total of 3 hatchets. Regular mundane hatchets.
Does anyone know why she was living in the caves? Does anyone have a guess?
I guess would Bolero know any reason for people living in these caves?
I don't know. Why don't you make a society check, maybe?
18.
Well, crocodiles do like water.
Well, crocodiles do like water.
Finley says as she treads water.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get back on the land.
All right, you get back on land. Yeah, and now Wallace, as you sort of scan the cave a little bit, you can see there appears to be a ledge, which you think you actually see one of those boats you saw earlier. And Eudora, you see what looks like a passage to the outdoors. You see sunlight streaming in to the entrance of this cavern.
So this could be an exit, you say?
Perhaps.
Well, I'm not gonna go that way to find the other crocodile at this moment. We already lost one hand today. Shall we get out of the cave, lick our wounds?
Yeah, I think that's where we're at.
Says the several unharmed party members.
I meant
actually-
less like literally leave Gauntlight, more like leave the literal cave, take some like resolve rests.
Yeah, yeah, let's do that.
Makes significantly more sense.
Yeah, I got plenty of spell slots remaining. Well, spells prepared remaining.
All right.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right, you skedaddle, skadoodle, ski-bop-a-doodle.
I do think we should investigate that hallway that we saw earlier.
The one here?
The other one that ate Eudora's hand.
Oh yeah, if you have a plan for how to deal with the hallway that ate my hand.
Well, we don't know if it will necessarily eat the hand again.
It hit you with a tsunami.
I got better.
And I didn't. She's gonna wave her, like, burnt stump in your face.
You know, I see loss as an open door to possibility.
Eudora is gonna turn to Finley. If he keeps talking about doors, I will string him up by his entrails.
How dramatic.
Finley's just gonna look marginally alarmed.
Why then? You'll need quite the window of opportunity for that one.
Oh my god. Cannot stand Colby Caldwell. Least favorite human being on the planet, easily.
Really, I can think of a couple that outranked him.
No,
I
easily.
think there are
Colby
a few
Caldwell.
worse.
Colby Caldwell worst, completely, easily.
Actually,
Can't
true.
think of
Yeah,
any worse
you're right.
people. Yeah. Can't think of a single one. So are you heading back towards that hallway?
Yeah. I mean, should we take a resolve rest in this little?
Oh, I'm taking resolve rests.
Yeah,
I don't care
That's
what
it.
you boys do.
resolve rest.
Both of them are sitting
Alright.
and they're like, this is
So
This
you
is the
take a
place to
little.
rest.
You take a little 10-minute breather there.
During that rest, Bolero is going to treat wounds on Corral.
Excellent.
So that ends up being a. Son of a bitch.
Oh.
Natural 1.
2d8 damage to Corral.
Nine.
Damn. Corral takes 9 points of damage as you attempt to heal him, but manage to just make it so much worse.
Hold still, Corral.
It hurts!
Of course it hurts. You moved while I was setting your wing. Oh, you're fine.
Corral absolutely does not look fine. Corral looks severely fucked up.
All right, you've stayed my hand.
Bolero will cast Soothe on. Well, hang on. 1 minute. Target against you cast this spell. Or life. The target gains fast healing too. And then, what does fast healing do?
Gives healing at the start of each turn.
Okay. Yeah. Bolero is going to cast Life Boost on Corral. So I guess Corral will cast it on himself.
Okay.
So for 4 rounds, Corral gets fast healing too. So I guess
Excellent. So it'll be
it's equivalent to 8 HP.
8 hit points.
I hope you're happy. I had to call in some divine favor for that.
Very pleased. I deserve it.
Yes, you do, my dear. Have a cracker.
He's gonna toss him a little cracker.
Good. You are forgiven. For now.
Hear it.
Yes, for now. And I do pray that if I do draw your ire once again, you will maintain your love of crackers.
Safe bet.
All right.
I should note all of you hear this conversation.
Okay then.
Look, it's like his only friend.
Alright, so your resolve rest is completed, as is your wound treating session.
Yep, I suppose it's time to... We're sure we want to go down this hallway?
Yeah, let's go down this hallway.
Okay. So you begin heading down in the southern direction. Southern direction. And, yeah, Finley wanders into the dark with Eudora behind her, guiding your way, as you enter what appears to be some sort of a torture room, which you've passed before.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And, Eudora just sort of speeds Finley through there. And as Wallace's light illuminates, I just want to check something. As Bolero's light illuminates. Wall there. Larry, you notice something up with the wall down to the south. Your light is glimmering off the stone a little different, almost as if these stones have been more finely polished.
Which stones?
The stones to the south here, on the south wall.
Oh. Hold,
Finely
friends.
polished as if hands have been rubbing against them.
I'd like to rub my hands against that stone.
You rub the stone with your soft, supple, gloved hands, and you find what appears to be a button.
Push the button.
You push the button. The wall groans out of the way, revealing a hallway.
Why, I found a secret passageway.
Alright.
And as you head on down, you see a door to the west and a solid wall to the south.
I don't trust that solid wall. Is there anything I can figure out about it?
Well, you know, those are some polished looking stones right there.
I guess just rub my hands all over the walls, see if I can find another button.
You start rubbing your hands all over the walls. You find a button.
Oh. Push the button.
You push the button. Nothing happens.
Damn.
The button actually appears not to slide all the way into place.
Oh. I pull the button.
Pull the button and nothing happens. The button still seems to not depress fully, as if there's something you're not quite doing correctly here.
What's this thing on the wall?
That is a lantern affixed to the wall.
Something I'm not quite doing correctly. Well, I can only think of one thing to do with a button, and that's push it.
Mhm.
I can only assume then, my immediate assumption is that this button activates the same secret door if we were to come through that other direction. Which leads me to believe...
You think that
This-
to yourself as you lean backwards against the wall and press another button on the opposite wall, which causes both buttons to depress and the wall to slide out of the way. Congratulations, you got a nat 20 on your perception check.
That's fucking awesome.
So the wall slides out of the way, revealing a circular room with a mounted lantern and a mossy green skull against one of the walls.
Ooh, Wallace is gonna run in. And not actually do anything yet.
All right.
But does Bolero notice anything about this little skull here?
I don't know. That's a great question. Why don't I why don't you go ahead and give me a religion check?
Religioso. 13.
Well, it doesn't take much to recognize symbology of Nimbleoth in this place. And that's what this appears to be.
Well, yet another shrine to Nimbeloff.
Can I do anything with the skull?
What do you want to do?
I mean, can I see, like, is there anything else? Like, I see a skull mounted on a wall, and I'm like, are there buttons in the eye sockets? Like, can I tell anything? Is there anything off about the skull? I guess, like,
Well,
mechanically.
It is mossy. And, I guess, how do you check?
That's a great question. Billow's gonna say,
Why don't we move back and leave this to the wall here?
he's gonna.
Alright, Bolero squeezes away.
I guess Wallace is gonna poke the skull in the eyes.
Poke the skull in the eyes, and the secret door snaps shut. Wallace, you feel the floor begin to move underneath you. This grinding stone brings you downwards.
Should we be worried about that?
Probably.
So why don't I go ahead and try to remember how bringing specific players to different layers works. Just give me a tick here. Yes.
He's got undertaled.
Straight up undertaled. In the club, straight up undertailing it. And by it, haha, let's just say my Nimbleoth elevator.
Do you nimble on my off?
Till I
I'm sorry.
elevate her. That was so bad. Anyways, pull the scene. I think that should do it. Maybe? Did you get pulled to a different scene?
Yes.
Excellent. Wallace is right here.
Okay, he's gonna light his Everlight crystal.
Alright, there appear to be doors on either side of you. One to the north, one to the south.
I guess he's already at the south, so.
Alright. You begin moving south and immediately are hit by this wave of rotting stench.
We're gonna open the north door.
Alright, you close the south door, open the north door, and your torchlight illuminates part of a hallway. But thanks to your dark vision, you're able to see through an open door into what looks like some sort of a workshop, maybe? You're not sure. You see a table with some tools on it.
I don't trust this hallway, though. Is there any way I could check it for traps?
You can well, that's simple as saying, I want to look for traps, and I say, okay, and I roll. And I say, you don't see any traps.
Hey. Walk.
You walk ever so carefully through this hallway.
These are individual step actions, by the way.
Oh, of course. As you step into this room and your torchlight illuminates it, you not only see quite a bit of dried blood on the floor, you see what looks like a rotted arm and entrails out of the side room over here. And you realize, this is a weird looking tanner's workshop. These look almost like tattoo supplies. Oh wait, that's not leather, that's human skin. And those are tattoo supplies. And why does it look like this skin has bite marks in it?
I don't like this.
And why are there bloody footprints all over the place?
I'm going to leave this room.
And why does it smell like death everywhere? As you step up and your light continues to illuminate various areas, you just the utter stench of death coming from all over as your armor clanks and clatters against the stone, you come out and you see a hallway here already illuminated. And you hear a voice. Oh, what was that? Oi, Jerry, is that you? Jabir! Ah, shit. You hear a sword unsheath.
Stop! I'm a friend of Jerry's.
You hear nothing for a moment.
I was at the banquet the other night. Think I had a bit too much to drink. No, I can't lie to you.
You stride forward, and as you do, a knife goes straight towards your gut. That is a 21 to hit.
That does not hit.
The knife clatters against your armor. It's time for initiative as you are greeted by 3 Inara soldiers.
I see. Okay.
Poor sweet Wallace is completely on his own here.
If I press the 2 buttons, what happens?
Well, we'll find out in just a moment. So why don't you go ahead and roll initiative, Mr. Colby Caldwell?
All right.
Lovely. Excellent. So, at the start of round 1, we'll say that Finley presses the buttons, and you hear the grinding of stone as the door, a few moments later, opens back up to reveal not Wallace. Nothing. There is nothing there. That brings us now to the top of round 1 with our gloomy, artful cut purse here, who is currently holding a torch. And he is going to go ahead and he is going to attempt to tumble through you. This is going to be an acrobatics check against your reflex DC. It's a 15.
That fails.
Lovely. Movement ends, triggers reactions as if it had moved out of the space.
And I have no reactions of that kind.
All right. So in that case, then our let's see. All right, our cut purse here is then going to go for another dagger strike. Let's do. That is a 17.
That is a failure.
Excellent. Another dagger strike.
Stop that.
That's a nat 1.
He just sort of like swats it away.
Melee. Grave miscalculation. You critically hit yourself with the attack. You've got to be shitting me. Alright. Cut Purse manages to deal 14 damage to himself.
Ow! Damn! Oh my God! Are you all right? I'm terribly sorry.
That brings us now to this vindictive, ardent gallant up here, who is going to charge on up to... Oh yeah, he can't actually flank, so he's just going to go to right there. And is going to go ahead and make a Warhammer strike against you. That is a 24 to hit.
That does hit. However, Wallace is going to use reactive shield here.
Mm-hmm.
Which allows him to raise his shield at the last second.
Excellent. Which I believe would increase your AC so that you wouldn't get hit.
Correct.
All right, you block that strike at the last second. Yeah, this guy's gonna finish off by raising a shield. That's the end of his turn. That brings us to you now.
Well, I must say, I just got a little lost in here. I didn't mean for any of this harm. But,
Oh, too bad. Harm's coming to you.
what's there to be done?
All right, he's gonna trip this guy.
Okay. That's against what?
Reflex DC.
Reflex. All right.
It's a 19.
A 19 is unfortunately a failure.
Okay, then he is going to. Should his shield still be raised, or would that? Does shield raised end at the start of your turn?
Yes, remains raised until the start of your next turn, so that would no longer be raised.
So then in that case, he is. I guess going to make a. Going to attempt to demoralize Cutpurse down here.
Okay.
He's going to say, and he's going to say this with complete sincerity.
I say, if you don't want to hurt yourself anymore, then I highly recommend you put down that knife.
Which he means with complete sincerity, but I'm hoping that this guy takes as a threat.
Okay. Go ahead and roll intimidation.
Let's see, 23.
And take it as a threat he seems to. He is now frightened 1.
All right, now Wallace will raise his shield again.
I will note, this man, you're saying this after this man just tried stabbing you multiple times and ended up stabbing himself instead because your armor is too thick.
Yeah. And that's Wallace's turn.
All right, that brings us now to our pessimistic, crafty Cutpurse up here, who is going to start out by... let's see. Start out by running on down with 2 stride. Two stride actions to right over there, so you are now flanked. And is then going to go for a rapier attack against you. That is a 17.
Fails.
I am rolling like ass today. That brings us around to the top of round 2. What would our friends on the next floor up like to do?
Well, seeing the empty elevator, I think that Finley is going to be like, okay, we have to get in here and we have to go get him. I'm just going to try and drag Bolero in. I don't know if he fits, but
Bolero will not fit in the elevator.
you have to follow us down. And then she's going to make Eudora press the skull eyes or whatever.
All right, you press the skull eyes, the door snaps shut behind you, and the floor begins to move. So at the top of, I would say at the bottom of this round, you'll reach the bottom of the elevator shaft. So that brings us now to our Cutpurse here, our artful Cutpurse here, who is currently frightened. He's going to go ahead, and he's going to actually start out by trying to swing his torch at you.
Oh, interesting.
That is an 18 to hit.
That fails.
I really am rolling like complete ass today. What is this
I mean,
about?
Wallace also has absurdly high AC.
Not really when it comes to Pathfinder. Let's be real.
Fair enough. But I mean, with off guard, he has 23 AC. And even if he gets hit, he still has his shield.
Fair. Let's see. All right. I guess this is going to then be I guess this will then be an attempt at a trip. No, not a trip. Doesn't have a hand free. This will actually, the cut purse is going to attempt to demoralize you. You're surrounded. There's more of us than there are of you. Just give up and you'll live. So that is going to be against your will DC. A 22.
Just barely succeeds.
Barely succeeds. Alright, so you are now frightened one. As you realize, oh shit, I really am alone here. Excellent. They're then going to, I guess, just make a dagger strike against you as their final action. That is a 24 to hit.
That would hit. So I am going to shield block that.
Excellent. So that dagger strike will deal 11 points of damage. Specifically, that will be 6 points of piercing, 3 points of precision. And additionally, well, actually, does that deal damage to Wallace all or just the shield?
To both. So how much damage was that? Actually, just the shield,
total.
yeah.
11
So 11 total. So that gets reduced down to 4 with the shield hardness. So the shield takes 4 damage. Why did
You
that take me so
and
long?
the shield take any remaining damage.
I see. Gotcha. Right.
So you
There
do
we
take damage.
And
as you are damaged, you are going to become enfeebled 1.
I see. But as a free action, I'm going to use disarming block, where I make a shield block, or I shield block a melee strike made with a held weapon. I attempt to disarm the creature whose attack I blocked.
Okay. So a disarm would be, that is an attack. So this will take multiple attack penalty unless your ability specifies otherwise.
Did I attack? Oh yeah, I attempted to.
Yes. So this is an athletics check against reflex DC.
That is a 15.
A 15. That is unfortunately a failure.
Damn, alright.
So you are unable to disarm. Alright, and that is the end of that cut purse's turn. That brings us now to our ardent gallant here, who's going to, first and foremost, begin the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Classic of looking up rules. Okay. Interesting. Lovely. So that is going to be a yeah, that's going to be a crushing Warhammer strike against you. That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
You are not off guard to this attack. So I don't know if that would prevent the hit.
I mean, I'm already off guard. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you're off guard.
That would not prevent the hit. I'd still get hit.
Okay. So that is going to be from that Warhammer strike. 9 points of damage.
Oof.
The Gallant is then going to take an action to step 5 feet up and take final action to. You watch as divine energy wreathes around their hand as they reach out and send it into the cut purse that you injured. So that is going to be a lay on hands for a total of 12 healing and a lovely little bonus to AC. Alright, that is the end of that Gallant's turn, meaning it is now Wallace's turn.
Hey. Wallace is going to stride 20 feet.
Alright.
And then he's going to stride another 20 feet.
Now, as you do that first one, the crafty cut purse is actually going to follow you and manages to keep pace with that first movement.
Yeah, okay. And he's going to stride again, down this way.
All right.
Stride another 20 feet, down this way.
Okay, I should note the door to that elevator is now closed.
I see.
That brings us now to our pessimistic crafty cut purse, the one that was following you.
Oh, am I still off guard?
No. You are no longer flying, so you are not off guard. Yes, this cut purse is going to spend first action going around the corner there. Full 25-foot movement. Is then going to spend another action. I'm going to say that's going to be another action to stride, getting right up behind you, and is going to be stabbed with a rapier.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. 15.
Does not hit.
All right, that's it for their turn. That brings us now to the bottom of the round, meaning that our lovely friends Eudora and Finley have arrived at the bottom and may now officially join initiative themselves.
I've joined initiative.
Excellent. Top of round 3, we go around to.
Would Bolero be here as well?
Bolero would not be here because he couldn't fit in the elevator. The elevator only fits two people at a time.
Gotcha.
So, Bolero, what would Bolero do now, though, as the elevator doors have closed once again, and Bolero is now left on his own with Corral?
He'll go down. Actually,
Okay, so Bolero hits the button right now.
No, I don't think he will. I think he's going to wait for a few moments because he knows they probably need to find a way back up.
All right, then. That brings us to our gloomy, artful cut purse at the top of round 3 here. They're going to start out with stride, followed by an additional stride, followed by an attempted tumble through. This is going to be an acrobatics check against your reflex DC, Wallace.
Uh-huh.
That is a 24.
That succeeds.
Okay, so they tumble through the other side of you, and as they slide between the legs of the other rogue and through you, you are now off guard against the next. Okay, so never mind. That actually doesn't do anything because that's against this specific guy's attacks.
Oh, nice.
So cool, lucky you. Eudora, you're up. Wallace, you are flanked, however.
Is there a direction that I hear things coming from?
Nope. You are surrounded by stone. You open the door to the south as an action and are greeted by this wave of death stench.
Can I reach around Finley to open the door on the other side?
Sure, you could spend your second action to just... You reach around.
Oh!
The area is flooded with light as you now see Wallace being flanked by two dudes with swords.
Okay.
Hello,
you know-
friends. Would you help me
Hi.
kill these men?
One action remaining.
Yeah, so it's been over 10 minutes, and I think that I get her 10 minutes?
Huh?
I should be able to use Spin Tail again, I think.
Spin tail. Yeah, 1 per 10 minutes, so you should be able to spin tail again.
Okay, I'm gonna Spin Tail. This time, I'm going to designate Finley as the hero, and I'm gonna designate this gloomy, artful cut purse as the villain.
Okay.
And she's gonna be really frantic. She's gonna be like, once upon a time, a guy wandered down into the depths of a building where he shouldn't have gone by himself because he's an idiot, and then he stayed down there, and then his lovely friend, Finley, showed up with an axe to save him.
Alright, that brings us now to Finley with an axe.
Finley's gonna go ahead and step on forward, and then she's gonna go ahead and swing that axe at that gentleman.
You swing that axe at his ass.
It's a 17.
A 17 will unfortunately not hit.
She's annoyed and she's gonna swing again.
Okay.
That's a 21.
21 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's 24
Holy
points of
fuck.
damage.
24 points of damage as you just come up behind this guy. As you swing the first time, he just dodges, trying to get around Wallace's armor. The second time, you're like, nope, fuck you. Just slam your axe directly into his side. And he's just, oh, gods! Where did you come from?
Finley's gonna do a little finger wave.
All right, then. That brings us now to our gallant here. Let's see. He's going to start clanking along. 25. 50. He's going to, I guess, then yeah, he's then going to, I guess, just raise his shield for now. That brings us now to Wallace.
All right.
Wallace is going to start by attempting to trip the gloomy cut purse.
Okay. I'm assuming you have a hand free for this.
Yes, yep. And that is a 24.
24 against reflex. That is just barely a success.
Beautiful.
So target falls and lands prone.
All right, and now that this guy has fallen onto the ground, I will be goring him with my shield.
Excellent.
As you should.
Mm-hmm. That is a 19 to hit. Sorry, 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
All right, and then finally, he is going. To enter Everstand stance.
Excellent. right.
And that's his turn.
That will bring us now to our pessimistic, crafty cutpurse here, who's going to, as their first action, rapidly pull a bottle from their belt, and they are going to drench their weapon in this green liquid from this bottle.
That can only go well.
Before going for a lovely little rapier strike against Wallace. That is a 31 to hit.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. That hits.
That's a crit, I believe.
Yes, however, he will reactive shield,
Okay, so that would make it no longer a crit.
which would just make that a. I don't know why I can't apply Raise a Shield for some reason. Whenever I
I don't
try
know
to, it just
either.
adds Raise a Shield into my actions.
I would say you might need to go and find effect raise a shield.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I'm trying to drag over, and then it just.
Worked that time.
I don't know. Weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Anyways, it still hits, but is no longer a crit.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and roll that damage, which includes sneak attack. So that's 14 points of damage. Plus, I need you to make a fortitude save, please.
Fortitude save. 31.
Okay. You are not affected by whatever this was that just got this liquid just got drenched in. Okay. Oh. I think.
What? Why
Hold
is
on.
he
Sorry,
oh?
I'm trying to understand. The rules for poisons confuse me because I'm not sure if the poison would be wasted now. Because this says if the next attack with the weapon before the end of their next turn hits and deals damage, it applies the effects of the poison. But if they critically fail the attack roll, the poison is wasted as normal. That implies that since the attack hit, it wouldn't waste the poison? So I'm trying to figure out if the poison should still be in effect on this weapon. And frankly, I don't know. Yeah, I frankly don't know, because it says poison, waste the poison as normal. Let's see. Poisons. PF2E. Alchemical poisons. Okay, let's see. See, I really hate that it says as normal for critical fail, because nowhere in the rules that I'm seeing here does it ever say anything about the poison being wasted on a crit fail. So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that the poison is not wasted.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the poison is still in effect because that's just what the language implies to me, unless you disagree.
That's fine by me.
Okay, cool. So it's going to be another rapier attack against Wallace there. That's a nat 20.
Oh! I believe I
so
already
that's-
used my reaction.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Lower level than you, so no crit card, just a regular crit. Does, however, still get sneak attack, I believe. Does not appear to specify once per turn, so yeah, I would say that is a legal sneak attack. Critical hit. And that is going to be 32 points of damage.
Lord.
That is going to include an enfeebled 1 debilitating strike. Actually, yeah, the first one, I'm going to say the first one did a minus 10 speed, because that should have also had a debilitating strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I also need you to make a fortitude save against the poison, I guess.
Oh, jeez. Hey, guys, Wally's not looking too hot.
That's not great news.
That's 19.
Oof. You hit stage 1 of the poison. You are sickened 1.
I don't feel so good.
And additionally, you take 7 points of poison damage. That brings us around to the top of round 4. With our gloomy, artful cut purse here. It's going to take their first action to stand. Their second action is then going to be... They are going to then go for a rapier strike on Wallace. That's a 29 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. This will have sneak attack. So that is going to be... Oh, sorry, that was the wrong dude. Same bonuses, so the attack still hits, but that's with a dagger, not a rapier. So that would actually be... Oh my god, can I get my damn brain to work? How many sneak attack dice is he supposed to have? One of them. Great. Let me just roll an extra d6 there. Great. That is 13 points of piercing damage to Wallace.
Uh-oh.
So Wallace is now down.
That's not good news.
And our cut purse here is then going to whip around and attempt to sweep their torch at Finley as their final action. That is a 25 to hit Finley.
That's gonna hit.
Lovely. This does not have sneak attack. So that is going to deal 11 points of damage, 10 of bludgeoning, 1 of fire to Finley. And that is the end of that cut purse's turn. That brings us now to Eudora.
Okay. Dora is going to go ahead. And she is going to cast 2-action heal on our buddy boy Wallace.
Okay.
So let's see how much that helps. If at all. Okay. That's 38 points of healing.
Damn. Wallace, you have received 38 points of healing.
Oh,
She is then going to use another action to sustain Spin Tail. Things were looking very dire. The friend that she came down to save went down, but then went up, and now she's really running out of time!
Alright. That brings us
That
now to
brings us
Finley.
to Finley. Okay. So I'm going to take an axe swing at our gloomy cut purse. Okay, that's a 33.
33. That is going to be a critical hit.
Wonderful news. That's 42 points of damage.
42 points of damage. You just
Wow.
cleave this guy in half. He falls down dead, his torch clattering to the ground, going out.
What excellent news. At that point, she's gonna use an action to rage.
Hmm.
Could you let me rage, please? Thank you. Okay, and then one more action. I'm gonna use that action to just move forward 5 feet onto the corpse of my enemy.
Okay. That brings us now to our vindictive ardent gallant here, who is going to start out by taking an action to stow their warhammer on their belt. They're then going to take a second action to pull a javelin from their back, and a third action to whip the javelin at Finley. That is a 15 to hit.
That's not gonna do anything.
The javelin sails past you. The gallant just goes, damn it! That's the end of his turn. That brings us now to our pessimistic, crafty cutpurse here, who is going to go ahead and he's gonna do a lovely little rapier strike there on you, Wallace. That's a 22 to hit.
That succeeds. So Wallace is going to use his reaction to raise his shield while he's on the ground.
Lovely.
So that
I
no
believe
longer
your
hits.
shield was already raised.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was. Oh shit. Well, it shouldn't be. Okay,
Should
that
have
hits.
been, but yeah. So you can still raise your shield again if you want.
I mean, it's not gonna matter.
It's not. You're right.
Yeah.
So rapier with sneak attack, 15 points of piercing damage.
Actually.
And that's also going to apply another debilitating strike, I believe, which doesn't. Well, I guess I'll try. Yeah, that's another enfeebled one against you. And they're gonna go for another rapier strike against you. This dude's really trying to take you out of the fight.
He really wants to.
That's an 18.
That does not hit.
Okay. And final action is going to do a bit of a retreat. brings us around to the... Well, actually, first and foremost, I need a fortitude save from Wallace against the poison.
Ah, poo. 16.
Oof. That's a failure, meaning your poison advances. You are now sickened 2, clumsy 1, and take 6 points of poison damage.
Ouchie.
As we get to the top of round 5, Bolero, what are you doing at this point? You've given your peeps a second.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna go down.
Okay, so you press the buttons.
Yep.
Eudora, the doors snap shut around you, and you feel the floor begin to move upwards.
Well, shit.
Hang on, wait. It's an elevator?
Yes.
Did we knew this?
Yes, we knew this.
I thought it was a trapdoor the whole time. That's why I didn't immediately try to go back up.
You just recalled the fucking elevator with your brain still inside. So, Eudora,
Oh my
you feel
fucking
yourself
god,
begin to move up.
I thought
Wallace,
it was a
you're
trapdoor.
up.
I thought it was a trapdoor.
Brother, Wallace, you're up.
Okay, this guy that's sharing space with Finley, right here.
He's dead.
Oh, that's a dead guy.
Yeah, he's in half.
I see. And, okay. Wallace is gonna get up from prone.
Okay.
He is going to attempt to retch.
Okay. That'll be a fortitude save then. No dice.
And then he's going to go back into his Everstand stance.
Okay. And that is your turn, I believe.
Yes.
So that brings us now to Eudora. The elevator is moving up with you in it. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna... You know, I guess I'm going to prepare to cast Malediction. Actually, no, I will cast Malediction while I'm in the elevator.
Okay. What does that do?
So... So, this is a 10-foot emanation. You incite distress in the minds of your enemies, making it more difficult for them to defend themselves.
Okay. Alright, excellent. So enemies in the area will be affected by that.
Yes.
Once there are enemies in your area.
Yes. I'm preparing.
You have one action remaining.
She is just going to take that whole action to spend as much of the 6 seconds of a round as she can to just curse Velcora, this fucking elevator, the situation, Bolero, Wallace for apparently not realizing it was a goddamn elevator, like everybody. Just go on a whole list.
Nice. Finley, you're up.
Excellent. We're gonna go through our buddy there.
Alright.
We're gonna
And
take
I believe
a
that means the story is not sustained anymore.
The story was not going to be sustained because the man
because the
was
guy
dead.
is dead. Right, I forgot the guy is dead.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take a lovely strike with our axe at our vindictive, ardent gallant.
Okay.
That is a natural 20.
Goddamn. Let me roll you a crit card then. Number 27. That was a slash and attack. Long gash. Normal damage. And the target takes 1d4 bleed. DC of the flat check is 5 higher than normal. So it will be a persistent bleed with a DC of 15. Or sorry, a DC of 20.
Oh. That's still 18 points of damage.
Okay. 18 points of
And-
damage. And you have 1 action remaining.
You have 1 action remaining. This is a dumb question. How bloodied is Wallace? Like, bloody, or like
He's
barely
bloodied.
bloody?
He's bloody. Definitely not looking great. But he could
I'm
be
gonna
looking
take a
worse.
step. I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay. That brings us now to our Vindictive Ardent Gallant there, who's going to take his first action to pull his Warhammer back out. Second action is going to be to take a step forward. And his third and final action is going to be to make a Warhammer strike against Finley. There's a 31 to hit.
That'll hit, but it does not quite crit.
Okay. Then that is going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage to Finley Anders.
Ow.
And that is the Ardent Gallant's turn as they take their 2 points of bleed damage. And let's see how they do on their recovery check. They fail their recovery check. A real shocker considering it's a 5% chance that they'll succeed this recovery check. Because they need to roll a nat 20. That is the end of their turn. That brings us down to our pessimistic crafty cutpurse here, who's going to take an action to sheathe their rapier. Going to take another action to pull a short bow off their back, and going to take their final action to fire said short bow at Finley. That is a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, so non-sneak attack. Finley is going to take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And that is it for that crafty cut purse. That brings us around to the top of round 6. Bolero. The elevator doors open and reveal a, correct me if I'm wrong, Emma, but a somewhat displeased Eudora.
Oh yeah, she's cursing quite violently.
I heard you needed help. Well, I figured you might need help. It had been so long since I've heard from you.
Get in the fucking elevator!
Oh, yes.
As soon as he is in the door, she's gonna jam the stupid eyes of the stupid thing.
Careful now, you might break it.
Lovely. So
She is legitimately contemplating murdering Bolero in this elevator.
that brings us down to Wallace as the elevator begins going back down again.
Okay. Not a whole lot Wallace can do here. I guess he's gonna attempt to retch to start.
Okay. Oh right, you're sorry. First, make a fortitude save against the poison.
Of course. How could I forget? 16.
That's an oof of all oofs. You are now sickened 3, clumsy 2, and you take 9 points of poison damage.
Oof. Now he's going to attempt to retch.
Okay, go ahead.
Fuck me. 14.
No dice.
No, this dice
Well,
all right. They're
lots of
fucking
dice,
shit dice.
just
They're
not
really
ones that
fucking
will
us all
help.
up today.
Okay. Gonna be
alright.
another attempt to retch.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
No dice.
And he will raise a shield.
Okay. Then that will bring us now to Eudora, who's going down in the elevator. So we'll go to Finley.
Actually, for that turn, Eudora is going to sustain the malediction for
right.
one, and then she is going to prepare to cast Torturous Trauma on the first enemy she sees.
Sounds good. All right. Finley.
Okay, what Finley is going to do is Finley is going
to do Finley? Holy shit. You're doing you?
Shut the fuck up. She is going to cast Ocean's Balm, which I touch Wallace. He regains 3d8 hit points and gains a resistance to 2 to fire. Not that that matters at this current moment, but the important part is the 3d8 hit points.
I should go ahead and roll that then.
That is 5 points of healing.
All right.
That did so little. My deepest apologies. I am then gonna swing the great axe at this motherfucker.
Yeah, so Wallace regained 5 hit points there.
Oh. Thank you.
Yes. And that's a 24 to hit the motherfucker in front of me.
A 24 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. All right. This guy is now bloodied.
Excellent news. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, we're going to take another swing at him.
Okay, go for it. Oof.
I'm going to hero point that.
All right.
That's a 12, but at least it's not
It's
a
not
nat
a
1.
nat 1.
My
All
turn
right.
is over.
That brings us to our Ardent Gallant here, who's going to start out with a crushing Warhammer strike against Finley. That is a 29 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. That's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
That's going to then be another crushing Warhammer strike. That's 21 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. And then as final action, raise shield. That brings us now to our crafty cut purse. Oh, right. First and foremost, bleed. 3 damage. Recovery check. Shockingly, fails. Bringing us now to our crafty cut purse here, who's going to... They're going to pull another bottle from their belt and apply it to this arrow, which they are then going to fire at Finley. That's a 19 to hit.
That does not hit.
Damn. They're then going to swear silently and fire another shot. 18.
That also does not hit.
They're going to swear silently again and fire another shot. That's an 11.
Yeah, that's not getting any better.
They say out loud this time, fuck. Especially since that last one shouldn't have existed since I did a poison weapon as first action. So, it's a good thing that didn't hit. Alright, that's the end of his turn. That brings us now to Why doesn't Bolero roll initiative now, as we're actually at the top of round 7 here? Oh, yes, and Wallace. I need Wallace to make a fortitude save, please.
And I also should get torturous trauma cast against what's his bucket, right?
Once you get down there and open the door, yes.
Wallace
Okay.
rolled a 21.
Excellent. That is a failure.
Yeah, I figured.
So, still sicken 3, still clumsy 2, and Wallace takes 8 points of poison damage.
You hot guys.
Yeah, nah. Wallace is mortal. And it is actually Wallace's turn as the elevator reaches ground.
Okay. Wretch.
Okay? Oh my god. So, you want to talk about it?
That's a natural.
I gotta say something. That is a natural 1.
So, you fail to retch. Whatever this poison is, it's really messing with you.
There's no other consequences for the nat 1?
Nope.
And a 22 didn't succeed either, correct?
When did you roll a 22?
I think that one of those rounds passed. Previous round.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll try again.
Obviously not if we're in this position.
Natural 20.
Okay, a natural 20. That is a
What are the
critical
fucking
success,
odds that I roll a nat 1 and then a nat 20?
which will reduce your sicken value by 2. So you're now only sickened 1.
That's good. And then
You're
I'm going to attempt one more time to retch.
Okay.
28.
28, you are no longer sickened. You managed to get all the
Thank
vom out.
Fucking
You are still clumsy,
God.
however.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. And that's his turn.
Okay. That brings us now to Eudora.
Is the door
Closed.
open? Is the
No, you have to open the
door's
door
closed,
yourself.
But we're at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna open the door.
Cool. You reach around as hard as you can, which for some reason I'm allowing, even though you absolutely should not be able to do that.
I don't know, we established it earlier, so we're just living with it. Okay. So there should be a 20-foot emanation of malediction,
Mm-hmm.
and then there should be the prepared action that I had, and then I have 2 actions remaining, right?
Hold on a sec. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know why malediction isn't actually creating an aura for you. Yeah, I don't know why that's not creating an aura. That's weird. So let me set that up real quick.
If it helps at all, I'm going to use an action to sustain it, so it will be 30 feet at the end of my turn.
That actually does help. So I'll just set it to 30 feet for now. Okay, cool. So I can... There we go. That's the important part, is now I can see the aura. So you're using an action to sustain it. And your prepared action would... Hold on a sec. Let me check prepared actions. Ready. That's what it was. Ready. Oh, ready. I want the ready action. There we go. If the trigger you designated occurs before the start of your next turn.
Oh, shoot. So it doesn't matter.
Yep, that's wasted.
Okay, never mind. Okay, so that leaves me what with one action?
Used one action to sustain, so you have 2 actions, right, and 1 action
One
to
action
reach
to open
over.
the door, one action to sustain.
So yes, 1 action remaining.
I'm going to use that action to go up here.
Okay. Lovely. That brings us now to Bolero.
Okay, Bolero is immediately seeing what we're dealing with here. He is going to cast Soothe on Wallace.
Cool. Soothe.
12 points of healing.
12 points of healing. All right. To our wall.
Wallace the wall, Waldor. Then
1 action remaining.
he's going to cast Evil Eye. Yes, cast Evil Eye on this guy right here.
All right, that's a fortitude save, yes? Or is it will?
I believe Fortitude. Let me double check that. No, will save actually.
All right, will save. That is 28.
That is a success.
Right.
And Corral, can I have Corral, like, occupy the space above Wallace, like, up here?
Yeah, we can just say Corral is like an extra 5 feet in the air, I guess.
Okay, yeah, let's keep him there.
We'll say he's 10 feet in the air, so he's basically like right up against the ceiling.
Okay, great.
All right then, Finley, you're up.
Okay, Finley is gonna start with a swing at our bloody bloke ahead of me. So that is a 28 to hit.
28, that is a success, which is going to get shield blocked, so he's going to take, the shield is going to take part of the blow.
That's okay. One less. That's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Hardness of the shield is 5, so it's going to reduce the shield and the dude 10 hit points each. That actually is just enough to break the shield. So his shield is
Awesome.
no longer usable.
Cool. So
Yeah.
with my second action, I'm going to change my grip to one hand on my axe,
Okay.
and I'm going to battle medicine our boy Wallace.
Okay.
So let's roll a med track and see if that can go well.
That's an
That's
oof.
a 12.
Yeah, that's a failure. Nothing happens. Wallace's wounds
Sorry,
are quite
Wallace.
deep. You have 1 action remaining.
I shouldn't. Is it
First
a free
action
action
was-
to take my hand off to change
Yeah.
my grip?
That counts as dropping.
Oh, then I will use my last action to change my grip back to two hand.
Okay. Lovely. Yeah, to release a hand is a free action. To add a hand is an action.
Ah, I see.
All right. That brings us now to our ardent gallant here with a now broken shield, who's going to, he's bloodied. He's going to yell back,
We need reinforcements! I'll hold them off as long as I can!
he's going to make a Warhammer strike against Finley here. That's a 16 to hit.
That's not gonna hit.
Okay. It's going to make another Warhammer strike. That's a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. Finally gets hit with the 40,000 Warhammers and rolls minimum damage. That's 6 points of damage.
Exciting.
And then his final action is going to be to stride back to over here. And he will take 2 points of bleed. And let's see about this recovery. To the shock and horror of all, fails his recovery check. Brings us now to our pessimistic crafty cut purse here, who's going to say, right, yes, reinforcements. He's then going to take a short bow shot at Finley. That's 26.
That will hit.
All right. The arrow thunks into your shoulder for 7 damage. This guy is then going to take a stride. One action. And you hear him yell, "Fuck, it's so dark in here!" As he is actually not able to see in the dark. So he's going to actually stride back into the light. And that's the end of his turn. I need Wallace to make a fortitude save, please.
Yep. 22.
22. You reduce your poison by 1 stage.
Thank God.
Meaning you are now sickened 2 and clumsy 1.
Oh, so I'm sickened again.
Yes. And you take...
What the fuck?
6 points of poison damage.
You know what? It's very impolite to make you sickened again when you get rid of your poison.
Yeah.
This is a really... Well, he didn't get rid of the poison. He got rid of the sickness. Big difference.
No, I
take
know.
that back.
But when you get rid of the poison, you get sickened again, even though you've gotten rid of the sickness.
Well, he didn't get rid of the poison. He went down a stage. So he's still very much poisoned. He's just getting a little better. It is Wallace's turn now, at the top of round 8.
That being said, getting a little bit better is functionally making him worse.
Yeah, so we're leaving, right? We're retreating.
Yeah, get in the elevator. Go.
Okay.
Be gone.
Wallace is getting in the elevator.
Okay. Wallace runs off, gets in the elevator. You hit the button, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Carol can come back with the others.
Alright, you hit the button, the door thunks shut. And that takes Wallace and the Bolero out of combat. So that brings us now to Eudora.
Okay. Eudora.
And Finley has been left in the dark, as have the Inara soldiers.
Well, I suppose that gives Eudora a specific, benefit. Eudora is gonna go ahead. She's gonna move forward.
Okay.
And then she's gonna cast Bone Spray.
Okay.
So that creates a 15-foot cone of jagged bone shards that requires a DC 19 basic reflex.
That'll only get that one guy in it. Basic reflex. That is a 21.
So that succeeds, so they'll take half damage.
Okay.
So that is 9 points. 8 points of piercing, 1 point of bleed.
Let's see. I do not remember how many hit points he had before, but he was pretty damn hurt. So I'm gonna just say he's dead now.
Okay. And then the malediction I didn't sustain, so it should go away.
Okay. No, malediction. Sustaining it just increases the radiation. It doesn't go away.
Oh, so it's just gonna chill here. Okay.
Yeah, it just chills here for 7 more rounds.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, it's like with bless. The sustain is an optional thing that adds bonuses.
Alrighty.
All right, then that brings us now to Finley, who's
Okay,
in the dark
Finley
and can't see.
is functionally blind.
Hmm?
Well, she's not totally blind. I don't know why there's ambient lighting in this hallway.
I don't either, because I can't see anything when I look at things from your perspective. So you shouldn't be able to see.
I don't know why I can't either.
Perhaps it is, right, because you have control of multiple tokens. Do you have try clicking on Finley?
Yeah, I'm clicking on Finley
Oh.
and just Finley.
That's weird. I don't know. Vision is weird when you're controlling multiple tokens.
Okay.
But you can't see anything.
I'm gonna go ahead. Take an action to pull out a torch. Take an action to light it.
You can now see.
And then I'm going to... Should be able to get to right about here.
Okay. Finley continues her advance. Brings us now to our crafty cutlers here, who just says, "Oh shit." And he is going to stride into the dark. And
Oh, just straight up into the dark?
straight up into the dark. I'm gonna see which direction he ends up going in. You hear a "ow" and after a sudden thud. Damn it! And let's see which direction he goes in this time. You hear another "ow! Damn it!" as he hits another wall. Wallace, make a fortitude save, please.
Yep. 1 second. He's gonna fucking vomit. He's gonna fucking IBS all over this goddamn elevator. 19.
Ooh, that's a failure. You're up to sickened 3, clumsy 2,
Of course he is.
and
How much does he take?
you take 7 points of poison damage.
Oh, baby.
He's at 1 hit point.
Homeboy's teetering between life and death.
Yeah. Oh boy, and that brings us to the top of round 9. The elevator reaches the top. Do Bolero and Wallace step out?
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Bolero and Wallace have stepped out. Oh yeah, does Corral want to do anything?
No. I mean, Corral is just gonna, like, actually roost on Eudora.
Lovely. Speaking of Eudora, it's your turn.
Excellent news. Eudora is gonna go 30 feet that way.
All right. And since Corral is roosting on you, Corral will go with.
I just don't see that bloke anyway. Oh, is that him?
Yes. You see, he seems to have just run into another wall.
Excellent. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Percussive Impact on him.
Okay. He is going to have cover.
We can live with that for now.
Okay.
That is a 24.
24, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 27 points of damage.
Got in 27 points of damage. He shrieks out in pain, clutching his ears.
That should be the end of Eudora's turn.
Yes, ma'am. That brings us now to, does Corral want to do anything?
No.
Cool. Finley.
Finley, 10 feet, 20 feet, nope, it's 20 feet through. Let's say there's first 30 feet, second 30 feet.
Okay.
And we're just gonna try and bash him in the head with a great axe.
All right, go for it.
Pretty standard stuff, you know.
As you run out and you slash at him, a 24 does hit. As you swing, you notice a swirling blue column of light in this circular sitting room down itself.
Right on, that seems horrible. Alright, that is 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. This guy is now firmly bloodied.
Great.
That brings us now to our pessimistic, crafty cut purse here, who's going to... Shit. He's going to start out by going for a bit of a run. 5. 50. And his final action gets him up to there. You hear, "Ow, damn it," as he hits a door. And Wallace, no fortitude save needed. The poison ends.
Thank God.
You are no longer clumsy. However, I believe you would still be sickened. Yeah. And something you would note is that the elevator doors aren't closing behind you after you've left. That brings us to Eudora.
Okay, Eudora. Gonna go there. Go. There.
You've got line of sight.
I do, but I don't have any single action spells. I'm gonna creep a bit closer in the darkness.
Okay. I'm guessing Corral isn't doing anything?
No.
Okay. Then that will bring us to Finley.
Okay, Finley. Is Finley still raging?
Yes, for 4 more rounds.
No. Okay, so that gets me there for first action. There for second action. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and bash his face in with an axe.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
That is a 22.
22, that just barely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 29 points of damage.
This guy has his hand on the door. You run up and just chop his hand off, and then his legs right out from under him. He's dead.
Well, good work.
That's the end of
I suppose
initiative.
We should go back to the elevator now. We're gonna go back
You
to the
hear
elevator.
from the other side of the door, What was that?
Oh no. We're gonna quickly move on by to the.
As you begin quickly moving on by to the elevator, you hear behind you, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Where did they go? Get them!" As you sprint to the elevator.
I'm starting to pound on like the elevator buttons.
The elevator returns down to you. You hop in.
I get in the
You press the button. The elevator doors shut behind you, and you are brought back up to the previous level.
Good news, bad news.
Let's hear it.
Says, yeah.
So we killed all three of them.
Good.
Bad news. We did it the last one right outside of the next outpost, so they definitely know we were down there and killed their guys.
That's a problem for tomorrow.
Fair enough.
All right. So I'm assuming that means you all are retreating back upstairs.
Yeah, at the very least, we gotta get Wallace back to.
Wallace and Eudora should probably go
Yeah.
back, just because Eudora doesn't have any more resolve rests.
Excellent. And so we will figure out what exactly happens next time on Return to Gauntlight.
Holy moly.
Eudora, how are you feeling?
We're good.
Nice.
It's been a good day.
Yeah. And Bolero, how are you feeling?
You know, Bolero is not all that exhausted.
Nice. And Finley, how are you feeling?
Worse. Curious about what the fuck the deal was with that alligator woman. But you know,
And-
everyone
yeah.
survived, and we only lost one limb, so.
And Wallace?
He can't respond. He's currently vomiting.
Fair. Very unbelievably fair. And how are we all feeling as players?
Had fun.
That was a very fun session. I'm also very tired.
Fair. Me too. We've
That's
been
fair.
recording for 3 hours. This has been a very long session.
We want to give a special shout out to Jane Meyer. Thank you so much for your support on Buy Me a Coffee, Jane. It really means the world and helps make this show possible.